Sergeant First Class Anita Williams. Get ready for a world of hurt.
Hey guys, and welcome to the ultimate Bangalore guide for Apex Legends. Bangalore is one of the original legends and is unlocked for every player, making her a good choice for newcomers. However, she is seen in almost every team, from newcomers to professional players. With this being said, it's incredibly easy to use Bangalore, but insanely hard to master her abilities, especially in higher ranks. I personally think because of her abilities to attack and defend seamlessly, this makes her a great option for every player. If I miss anything or you have tips I do not have, please leave a comment as we can help others. Bangalore is an incredibly aggressive player and can work well with pretty much any legend combination. However, she is perfect at mid-range. With her passive ability, Double Time, she can relocate and position herself for a better advantage insanely quick. Unlike characters like Valkyrie, when trying to escape, she has no downside if you can slide cancel away. This allows for mistakes on your part, as well as maneuvering to the enemy team if the battle is in your favour. In my opinion, Bangalore's Double Time is such a fun and enjoyable passive to have. It allows for great movement options, and with a game like Apex Legends that focuses heavily on movability, it helps tenfold. Keep in mind that whilst it's a good escape, it also allows you to close the gap very quickly between the enemy and yourself. I think aggression in Apex Legends is normally rewarded if you choose the right time to push the enemy. And with a speed boost, this gives you yet another pro. You also don't need to be shot at to activate it. Simply shooting at you will activate it, however you do need to be sprinting. Bangalore's Tactical is an incredible tool to use. It has the ability to shoot 2 smoke grenades individually that will then split into 3. It does slight damage to the enemy, but it does make the battleground harder if you don't expect it. Before we get into the depths of Bangalore's Tactical, bear in mind the grenade will go off once it hits the ground, buildings, players or vehicles, so be careful as you could end up with your smoke grenade exploding in the wrong place. One of my favourite ways to use her smoke grenades is in early game if you have a digital threat equipped. If you smoke the enemy and run at them, even if you don't have a digital threat equipped, just smoking the battlefield and hip firing is a very useful strategy that has worked more times than not for me. Because you know the smoke grenade is going to be there and they don't, which will catch them by surprise. With that in mind, towards the end game, where everyone has all their equipment and attachments, this strategy won't work and the smoke grenade won't have the same effect as early to mid game does. Bangalore's smokes last for around 15 to 20 seconds and takes 32 seconds to recharge, so you could almost spam the smoke essentially. Although it's used best as a defensive mechanism to escape an ambush or revive a teammate in chaos, you can also use it to loot and shield swap should you need to. Bangalore works very well with Bloodhounds as you can smoke and then Bloodhound can scan to see enemies. Personally, I'd stay away from little tactics like this as it can be quite situational and you may mess up trying to be cheeky with the enemy. In my opinion, nothing beats a good fashion gun show. Also remember that if the enemy has a Bloodhound, they will also be able to see through your smoke. When attacking in your smoke, try to stick to the outskirts so you aren't completely blind, and this will allow you to keep an eye out for third parties as well as keeping them in vision. The final ability of Bangalore is her ultimate, the cherry on the cake. Bangalore's Rolling Thunder is an incredible ability to use defensively or as an attack. When activating Rolling Thunder, a swoop of bombs will fall from the skies and land around the radius of the flare in a grid format. You can use this to either initiate an attack or finish off enemies that are trying to escape. Whilst the bombs don't do insane damage, it damages and disorientates the enemy. They land in a square and blow up line by line, so you can plan some incredible strategies with other legends, Horizon for example. One of the good points about her ultimate, similar to Gibraltar, is it separates the enemy team as they scatter for cover, which allows you to pick the enemy that you want to kill first. Rolling Thunder is also a good defensive mechanism, as if you're stuck in a building you can either launch it on top, causing the enemies to either flee or come into the building. Some other tips I have, abilities aside, when strafe shooting the enemies, for those that don't know what that is, it's moving left and right in quick motion while shooting to dodge bullets. Is incredibly powerful as Bangalore, as her speed increase allows her to move quickly, confusing the enemy. Bangalore's abilities have the downside of affecting your team too. Smoke reduces vision, the ultimate will not damage your team but will disorientate them and slow them. so it's good to update your team with your thought process as soon as you whip out your smokes or your rocket barrage. Another tip would be to smoke your feet as you're escaping, so that the wall of smoke is behind you and not in front, meaning you don't have to run to the wall of smoke, it's already blocking the vision. This will allow you to escape most altercations, especially with double twine. If you've noticed, all three abilities of Bangalore can be used in either a defensive or offensive fashion. Bangalore is a ton of fun to use and can feel like a proper Apex legend if you master the soldier's abilities. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments who you would like me to do next.